Hello everyone, I am Dabagab, and apparently this is Sombra. This is the character that Blizzard has been teasing relentlessly over the past months in an ARG game that really the community has gotten kind of tired of because it's just been dragged out for way too long. So after all that time, spending all that effort and energy in a puzzle, it turns out that a lazy journalist has just made all that completely obsolete because this is evidently Sombra, if the leak is to be believed. Now, according to the article, Sombra basically lost everything during the Omnics crisis, and then she joined up with the Los Muertos gang, where she has been acting as a hacker and has affiliations with Talon. Now, this would be more interesting if not for the fact that the community basically just guessed all this anyways. I mean, we kind of assumed that this was the case just based on a lot of contextual clues. But what's really interesting about this article, more than the Sombra reveal, in my opinion, is that the article indicates that apparently they are releasing some sort of PvE horde mode, which is awesome. If you watch my PvE video, you know that I think that Overwatch is sorely lacking a PvE mode. So it's based on the comic, which I will go into a little bit. So the article itself says, protect the castle doors from the Zomnics. We're guessing that's zombie plus Omnics, and Dr. Junkenstein's evil allies. So we have to wonder if the castle doors are the Eichenwald Castle, or if this is some other secondary map that they have created specifically for this PvE encounter. It also says, why? I'm guessing try. Try your hand at 3 different difficulties. The harder difficulty, the more points you can earn. So this indicates there's some sort of prize at the end. So this gives more credibility to the likelihood that this is probably a PvE game, which is awesome. I told this to my buddy Parker, who loves PvE content, and he said, that he was excited about it. I'm excited about it. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm hoping that they reveal this stuff soon. This is coinciding slightly with the Halloween event, which was also leaked last night. So for those of you who don't know, the PS4 and Xbox stores leaked Halloween loot boxes. And it said that, you can find Halloween skins and sprays and all that kind of fun stuff, which is what we would have expected from a Halloween event. But interestingly, Blizzard has also unveiled a comic book, which shows Junkrat and Roadhog and a couple of other characters in these crazy Halloween skins. Like you've got Mad Scientist Junkrat, which totally fits, and this Frankenstein's monsters version of Roadhog, and presumably Reaper in a Halloween mask. We've got Witch Mercy, of course. So this is, what we can expect from the Halloween event. I'm guessing that all of these things are going to coincide. So, you can buy loot boxes from the Halloween event, and they'll contain things like the crazy Mad Scientist Junkrat skin. And they'll contain things like, the Mercy Witch skin. So what I really want to know is, what is the prize of the PvE event? Is it just going to be like you get loot boxes based on points? That sort of leads to another question, right? So if you compare it to a lot of other systems that Blizzard has in place, like the arena system in Hearthstone, the way the arena works is you spend 150 gold and then you sort of try your hand at this event, and eventually you get a prize at the end. Now, if you're good enough, then the prize at the end could be worth more than the 150 gold that you spent on it originally. So I'm wondering if this is going to have a similar system here in Overwatch, that you have to spend, let's say $1 on this event, and then at the end of it you could get maybe 1 loot box, maybe 10 loot boxes if you're good enough. It's sort of like, if you don't do well, then your investment is about worth 1 loot box, but if you do super well, then you could sort of like double or triple your money. That's kind of similar to how it works in TF2. They have a man versus machine mode, and if you want to play that, you have to pay, I don't know, some small amount of money, I think like $1 or something, but you can get prizes and special awards along the way. So I'm thinking that there must probably be some sort of an investment in order to make the reward more meaningful. Because if it's simply a matter of like you get into the game, you play for 10 minutes or 15 minutes with your friends in a PvE event, and then you get some prize at the end like loot boxes, then players will almost only want to play that because, every game will turn into 1 loot box or whatever the case may be. So I'm thinking there might be some barrier to entry, an entry fee or something of that nature, which I wouldn't really mind necessarily. I realize a lot of people are probably going to be upset that Blizzard would monetize another thing, but like I said, this is a company, this is a business. They need Overwatch to make money, and they need money to support the game. They need money to develop new skins and new game content like this. So, it kind of sucks that we might have to spend a little bit of money on this, but I don't really mind. I think this is an amazing game. It would be nice if they offered some sort of in-game currency that you could work towards earning. One potential solution would be to basically make the entry fee one loot box, which is, comparable to spending $1 or whatever the exact amount is. So, if you don't want to spend any money on this event, you could just work on getting a loot box and then submit the loot box as a payment. And then, if you're good enough, you can earn your loot box back and potentially even more than that. It's kind of hard to say. I'm really interested to see where this goes and what Blizzard does with it. I'm super excited. I'm hoping to get my buddies really involved because they love PvE content so much. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Are you excited for this event? Are you eager to try out PvE? Are you just mostly interested in the skins? And also, tell me what you think about this whole Sombra thing. I mean, this ARG has been dragging along for months, and we haven't gotten to the end of the ARG, but this is the Sombra reveal. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Blizzard totally screwed up on that one, or is this just kind of amusing to you? So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Davik out.